All right, so this is about a 1,200 square foot project. We've got we have had to add some drains. The customer wanted a couple more drains, so they've got some drainage issues. Most of this drainage pipe was already here, but we're just sort of adding to it, and doing some improvements to it a little bit, because it wasn't all sloping the way it should and everything. So we're having to pretty much dig up the whole pipe, for one, because we didn't know where it was actually being run, and then that's basically going to set the grade of the soil where we have to slope to meet this. So we had a big problem here because we had some basically. See, we got this big thing of bedrock here that made its way down into what's going to be the lawn. So we had to rent a pickaxe and remove probably 4 or 5 cubic yards of bedrock with the pickaxe or the jackhammer, and we dug down 12 inches so that there's at least 12 inches of soil on top of the bedrock for the grass that's intended to be here to be able to grow. So that was a lot of work, a lot of labor-intensive work. And so, although there wasn't any grass here to begin with, it was pretty much just all this soil here, if you can call it soil, but it's got all of this rubble, these rocks and rubble mixed in with it, which is not going to be of any value to the grass. And so we'd rather, obviously we're going to use the compost here and mix and blend that into the soil to give nutrients to the soil. But these rocks are of no value and are just an impediment for the grass. So we're having to remove that out of this soil, at least the top 12-inch layer, get all these rocks out, which is again very, very labor intensive. I mean, when you're digging and pickaxing and rototilling, and you don't know, the rock that's down waiting for below. So it's a lot of work getting it out, but we're getting it out. And I see there's another big boulder right there. And it's 1,200 square feet, but it's oddly shaped, and so it doesn't really lend itself too well to the sprinkler system. And so we're having to. Well, let me just go up here where you can see the whole process, the whole thing. But basically, we're doing an area there for sprinklers. It's an upper area. We're doing those lower lawn there. We're doing another lower lawn here, and then up against this foundation wall here, this retaining wall, there's a 3-foot planter bed, and then a 3-foot planter bed up along that wall. So the planter bed's on one sprinkler zone. This lawn is on a second zone all by itself. This lawn area is on a third zone all by itself. And then this top planter area or lawn or whatever they intend to grow here is also on a fourth. So there's 4 sprinkler zones that we're putting in only 1,200 square feet. But it's basically because we can't water everything all at once. It's not one big contiguous area. And so it's broken up spots, which means we have to sort of break up the sprinkler system. So anyway, this is this is our second or third day. This is our third day into this project. One whole day was almost basically spent on removing that bedrock so we could get soil to be a foot deep, and then be able to plant grass over there in that corner. And then we're spending a lot of time working on the drainage system, because that is going to create a lot of runoff. All that rock. When it rains, that water all comes down here to this lawn, so it's got to be able to go somewhere. And so there's a lot of work. Anyway, this is sort of the before. I mean, we're midstream through the before. There really wasn't. It just looked a lot like this when we first started, so there wasn't any point in showing you the true before. But we'll show you the after.